Muslims want to cheer because Israel is a nation unlike any other. And I want to read something to you about, you'll see what it's about in a moment, but it's really something that excited me so much, and I brought it and shared it with Kim and Jane, and they asked that I would do it on the Den. And because there has been a call for a boycott of everything that is Jewish. You know, like in South Africa, they are holding great big protests outside some of our supermarkets and asking them to move Israeli-produced goods. And it's something that's going worldwide. It's just another effort of the enemy to come against this land and this people. And it's, I mean, they're just never going to succeed because God is with them and Israel is forever. But this is what somebody wrote and said, a Jewish boycott. Well, now, what do you think of these facts? A short time ago, Iran's supreme leader, Grand Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, urged the Muslim world to boycott anything and everything that originates with the Jewish people. In response, Mayer M. Trankman, a pharmacist, out of the kindness of his heart, offered to assist them in their boycott as follows. Any Muslim who has syphilis must not be cured by Salvarsan discovered by a Jew. He should not even try to find out whether he has syphilis, because the Wassermann test is the discovery of a Jew. If a Muslim suspects he has gonorrhea, he must not seek diagnosis, because he will be using the method of a Jew named Neisner. A Muslim who has heart disease must not use digitalis, a discovery by a Jew. Should he suffer with toothache, he must not use Novocaine, discovery by a Jew. If a Muslim has diabetes, he must not use insulin, that is the result of research by a Jew. If one has a headache, he must shun, and there's several different medicines. Muslims with convulsions must put up with them because it was a Jew who proposed the use of chloral hydrates. Arabs must do likewise with their psychic ailments because Freud, father of psychoanalysis, was a Jew. Should a Muslim child get diphtheria, he must refrain from the Schick reaction, which was invented by the Jew Bela Schick. Muslims should be ready to die in great numbers and must not permit treatment of ear and brain damage, work of Jewish Nobel Prize winner Robert Barham. They should continue to die or remain crippled by infantile paralysis because the discovery of the anti-polio vaccine was a Jew. Muslims must refuse to use streptomycin and continue to die of tuberculosis because a Jew invented the wonder drug against this killing disease. Muslim doctors must discard all discoveries and improvements by a specific dermatologist or a specific lung specialist, and many of the other world-renowned Jewish scientists and medical experts. In short, good and loyal Muslims properly and fittingly should remain afflicted with syphilis, gonorrhea, heart disease, headaches, typhus, diabetes, mental disorders, polio convulsions, and tuberculosis, and be proud to obey the Islamic boycott. And by the way, don't call for a doctor on your cell phone, because the cell phone was invented in Israel by a Jewish engineer. And it goes on to say, meanwhile, I asked, what medical contributions to the world have the Muslims made? And we then looked at the number of Nobel Prizes won by people who are Muslim, and there are a total of 7, of which 4 are peace prizes, one of which was given to Yasser Arafat, which is a joke. And yet in that time, now the Muslims comprise 20% of the world population, 1,200,000,000 people on the planet, which is 20% of the world's population. And in that time, they have produced 7 Nobel Prize winners. Now, the Jewish population is comprised of 0.02%, actually just under that. But that is less than 1/5 of 1% of the world's population. And yet that minute percentage has produced 193 Nobel Prize winners. I just want to give you some facts economically, because the blessing of God is upon this nation. And in proportion to its population, Israel has the largest number of startup companies in the world. In absolute terms, Israel has the second largest number of startup companies after the US. Israel's $100 billion economy is greater than all of its immediate neighbors combined. It's ranked number 2 in the world for venture capital funds, right behind the US. After the US and Canada, Israel has the largest number of NASDAQ listed companies. It's got the highest average living standard in the Middle East. Now this I just love. 24% of Israel's workforce hold university degrees, ranking at third in the industrialized world after the United States and Holland. And 12% hold advanced degrees. And I just love this. Relative to its population, now remember this is the nation that everybody hates because of jealousy and nothing else. But relative to its population, Israel is the largest immigrant-absorbing nation on earth. Immigrants come in search of democracy, religious freedom, and economic opportunity. And so that tiny country absorbs more immigrants than any other nation on earth. When it comes to donations, they give 45%, in the United States of America, 45% of all the largest gifts are given by the Jews of this country.